Okay, guys, we are live and recording so that all of our team members can see. Um, and so I wanted to just kind of start this call real quick and just take a couple of minutes to just go over. Oh, Kate hopped on. Hey, Kate. And I don't know if she can hear us yet. She's looking a little confused. Don't you love that look when somebody gets online? They're like, I don't know what I'm doing right here. I see you, Kate. Hey. Okay, so I'm going to go over just a couple of announcements that they made this morning. And like I said, if you want to, you can yourself. And then when we do questions at the end, you can always ask questions at the end. Hi, Harper.
How do I mute this?
At the bottom left
go.
of the screen. Yeah. But I said hi to Harper, so props there. Okay. So a couple of things, and you can read all about these things in the lounge, but they're definitely worth mentioning for the month of June. And one is obviously the sign-up incentive, and they actually announced this a couple of days ago. But basically, how it works is you get an extra $100 on your starter kit. So if they are signing up for $199, they'll get $450, and if they're signing up for $499, they'll get $1,100. I will tell you, I had a conversation with Facebook with a girl today, and she asked me my advice on what package I would sign up with. And this kind of started to be my go-to advice, which is...
is anybody hearing a lot of feedback? I'm really struggling.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you guys hear? Can everyone hit mute on their thing, the bottom left of your screen? Whoa, that was really loud. Okay, I think we're all muted now. And then at the end, we can unmute to ask questions, just so there's no feedback. But so what I've been saying, kind of my words to say recently have been, listen, if you really are wanting to make your investment back and have enough of a display to really make a legit first couple of trunk shows, then I would invest in the $499. It's going to give you $1,100 worth of jewelry. What I did is I signed up at the $199 because I didn't know if I was going to even be good at this business. But what I ended up doing is about 20 days into my business, when I thought I had made 4 times that amount, I went to my husband and I said, I think I'm going to reinvest some money back in my business. And I ended up spending $499 anyways, and I would have gotten more jewelry if I had just gotten it at the beginning. And probably my first couple of trunk shows would have been higher average sales because I had a larger display. So that's kind of been my go-to. I used to loan a lot of my jewelry out, but it has actually become such a headache for me. So my pieces have gotten broken or gotten misplaced, and it's just a headache. And so just so my stylists feel like they have enough to start with. That's kind of been my thing, and really coaching your new stylist to make that money back immediately. And that's something I can help you do one-on-one if you want to talk about how to coach your new stylist to make their money back. I think my computer just froze. Okay, so the sign-up incentive. The second one is the hostess incentive. You guys, this is awesome when they do this for us, because it immediately gives our hostesses something that they're automatically going to get back. And I don't know if you read the fine print, but to get that little black arc pendant, the only thing that they have to do is their minimum trunk show sales have to be $300 and 4 orders. I told my hostess today that it was $500 and 4 orders. It is technically $300, but I always say let's coach them to the $500 mark, and knowing hopefully that you're going to get your trunk show to $1,000, but they will actually receive it at $300. But they need to have 4 unique orders, 4 different orders, and there are details about how they're going to receive their necklace. You're not going to send it to them. They will get an email verifying. And if you're doing a mystery hostess trunk show, the mystery hostess also can receive the free arc pendant. And you just have to call, because it's a fake email address when you're setting up a mystery hostess. And if this is Greek to you, then I can explain to you how to do that later on another call. But if you're doing a mystery hostess, you have to call customer service and they will ship it to you, and then you can deliver it to the mystery hostess. So that's good to know, especially with $. Redemption. Sometimes I set up my own trunk show for $. earners because they're not shopping within a per se trunk show. They shopped in a trunk show, that's already expired maybe. I will set up a trunk show and maybe do a mystery hostess. So that would be an example of when you would have a mystery hostess this month that there's no hostess assigned to that. So you would have to call customer service and they will send that person a arc pendant. Okay. The next thing is this Make It Count incentive. And I know none of you have been to Hoopla before, so you haven't really heard a whole lot about the Every Mother Counts. But we team up with Christy Turlington Burns, and we work with her organization, which funds medical services to women in remote parts of the world who cannot get to like a birthing center. And she came and spoke with us, and Jessica Heron did a Q&A with her on stage about how women are dying in childbirth all over the world, and how and they give the numbers at Hoopla, but it's maybe like 7 or 8 bracelets provide the antibiotics that a mom would need in the Congo jungle when they're having a baby, and it gives them those antibiotics so that them and the baby are safe. So things that here in the United States we take for granted is what her organization does. It's called Every Mother Counts, which is why on the inside of that bracelet, it's in French, German, and English. It says mother in French, German, and English. And so how you can earn the incentive, there's 3 levels to the incentive. One is level 1, which is 3 trunk shows this month, and you sell 3 bracelets, and then you get the t-shirts, which is kind of fun. And they did a t-shirt for us last year at Hoopla, and it was really cute too. Level 2 is 6, double that basically, 6 trunk shows and 6 bracelets. And then you get to do a meet and greet with Christy Turlington Burns at Hoopla. And then level 3 is if you earn level 2, which is the 6 trunk shows and 6 bracelets, you could also submit a video, and you could earn the chance to win to travel to Haiti with Christy Turlington Burns and visit some of these women that have received services from Every Mother Counts. So it's really a really cool incentive, but I just kind of wanted to put that bug in your ear so you can kind of talk about it. I would read up on that incentive in the lounge as you start your June trunk show, so you could talk about the bracelet. Might be a good idea to throw that in your sample order. You could probably sample it at 50% off. If you didn't today, you already placed your order like I did, you can go ahead and place another one if you want to for one of those bracelets. And so that would, you could kind of show it off and show them kind of the inside. And I'm pretty sure in the lounge they have the details of how many bracelets provide the number of care. So it might be a fun idea for you to make a little incentive for yourself, and like I did with autism awareness, and say how many of those you want to sell. It'd be a great idea to reach out to some nonprofit organizations in or around your area that might be interested in doing that type of thing. If you have a pregnancy help center or something like that, they could help women here and then sell the bracelets and help women abroad as well. So just kind of want to throw that out there. Also, if you guys are local, which 3 of y'all are, next week we have a team booking blitz. So I just wanted to put a little plug in there for that. We're going to actually talk tonight about best practices at trunk shows, but also, I mean, it doesn't do you any good if you don't have any trunk shows on the calendar. So, but most of you guys do. So that's why we're talking about this tonight. But we're going to be doing a booking blitz. And for those of you that are not local, I'll do another live video from our booking blitz and share with you guys our words to say and all of our images that we're sending out, and let you guys participate in any of the prizes or competition that's happening that night, so you don't feel left out. So, and if you want us to come to your town, I say grow a team and we'll come there. I love to travel. I'm itching to go to California. I'll totally make a road trip to Lake Charles. And so we would love to come, and I would come to your town and do a Meet Stella Dot. We can invite tons of people and talk about the opportunity. I would love to do that. And so keep that in the back of your mind as you're talking about things. I love any excuse to get out of town. Okay, so let's move on to trunk show tips. And again, jot down any questions that you have, because I'm just kind of go through my top 10 tips. If you're anything like me, when somebody starts a list and they don't finish it, it drives me nuts. I need to have all 10 points like written down. So I'm going to go through my top 10 tips and share a couple of things with you, and then y'all can ask any questions. So, okay. First things first, and a couple of you asked this question. My first tip for great trunk shows is to hostess coach your butt off. And I literally mean that when I say that. A really great director in the company, Whitney Fields, talks about dating your hostess and how it is really important that as often as you would want to hear from that boy that when you were dating would call you, that's as often as you need to talk to your hostess and help get her excited. You need to help her brainstorm a list of people to invite. She needs to have 40 people on her invite list. If she doesn't, then then the conversation goes like this: Sarah, I am so excited about your trunk show. Cannot wait to get you that XYZ necklace that you love so badly. I want to make sure that that your trunk show is a success. So let's add a couple more people to your trunk show list. I know it might freak you out. You're not going to have 40 people at your house. You want to invite 40 so that 10 or 12 end up coming. And that's going to give you so many rewards. Does that sound good? And if she says, well, I don't want my friends to, feel pressured to shop, so I'm only going to invite a certain group. And I would say, well, actually, if you don't want your friends to feel pressured to shop, let's invite more people, because the smaller the crowd is, the more awkward it is when nobody's shopping. So the more people there is, the more distraction there are. So let's invite more people. And you never know, the weather changes and people are going to cancel last minute. So let's overshoot our amount. How can I help you brainstorm? Let's think about the places you went today. So, because a lot of people, when they think of their hostess, like who they're going to invite list, they're thinking of the people that they see every single day. Like, oh, I only know 5 people. Like, you don't know 5 people. You just saw 5 people today, but you know a lot of other people. So let's talk about what you did over the weekend. Oh, you went to church. Okay, talk about your church friends. Talk about your neighborhood friends. What about preschool friends? What about college friends that still live in the town? What about any family members? So help her brainstorm some ideas. I also put a post on the team page. I think I tagged Kristen in it this week. And I think several of you were around when I did that call. So Kristen, you can tag Julia as well, and Kate, I can tag you, but it is a picture, like literally step by step of what I put in my hostess coaching packet. So after somebody books a trunk show with me, I'll put a packet together, especially if they don't know anything about Stella and Dot, and I will get them this packet. And I've walked you step by step what I do. So go look at our team page. If you can't find it, let me know and I'll tag you in that post. But that's what I do with my hostess packet. When I slack on doing hostess coaching, and I don't get that packet to them, it's not only that they may not even open it again, right? They may not ever open that. They may not ever collect outside orders, but you know what? They see that sitting on their countertop, and it reminds them that they have a show coming up. Or it shows them, hey, this girl's like legit about her business. Like, she has business supplies, she has order forms ready. Like, she's excited about this. She's going to show up prepared, right? Rather than like flying in at the last minute. So I think it also kind of sets the precedent of what kind of business you're running. So if you have some free time in the next couple of days, sit and make up 7 or 8 hostess packets and just have them sitting in a stack. Like, you have all your business supplies together. Go ahead and put all those together. The only thing you can't do right now is print the invitations if you want to do that. So have those pre-made already, and that's going to keep you ahead of the 8 ball big time. All right, number 2. When you get to the show, that's before the trunk show. That's my top tip, is you've got a hostess coach, and we can have an entire call about that. But number 2, set up your jewelry where people hang out. I have showed up to trunk shows, especially when I first started my business, and they would be like, okay, I'm going to put all the food in the kitchen, and I want you to set up in the dining room. Well, then everybody goes to the food. We know this. Everybody hangs out around the food. Even if there's not a lot of food, they hang out in the kitchen. They hang out in the breakfast area, and then you're in another room. So then you're having to drag people out of their conversations to come and shop, and you're standing around looking like a tool. You can't really be a part of the conversation. And so what I always say is, hey, where do people hang out in your house? When people come over, where do they hang out? Well, they probably hang out in the kitchen. Okay, well, you know what? Let's set up there. And if she's like a little nervous about her display, like, well, I wanted the food here. Okay, well, why don't I put a couple of things here? Like, I'll put maybe like all the silver pieces over here by the jewelry, or let's split up the food. Like, if her kitchen really isn't big enough, then let's put all the sweet things in the kitchen and let's put all the salty things in the dining room, right? And let's put the alcoholic beverages in one and the non-alcoholic beverages in the other, and put jewelry in both places. So you're dividing up the house, because everyone's house is laid out differently. You're not going to know this until you get there. But make sure that you're not stuck in a study or in a separate room from where the party is happening, because the best trunk shows are the ones where, I'm at a trunk show with Aaron and we're sipping a glass of wine and I am just casually looking at the jewelry and I'm like, oh my gosh, you need to try this on. This would be so cute on you. You wore that dress the other day. Because I know Aaron better than you, the hostess, will probably know Aaron if we're the friends that came to the show together. So you want to be in on the action. That allows you to kind of stand around and not look like creepy jewelry lady where you're standing over by your table. So get in where the action is. And I will tell you that little bitty changes like this will make a big difference in your trunk show. So make sure you get to where the action is happening. As you're setting up your jewelry, this is my number 3. As you're setting up your jewelry, ask your hostess who is coming. Have this conversation with your hostess. So you're setting your jewelry up and you're like, okay, so tell me who's coming tonight. This is a question that I always ask my hostesses. Tell me who's coming. She's like, well, she starts going through her list. So in your mind, you want to be thinking, so tell her, like, who's the girl that loves jewelry? Because I want to make sure I meet her. Okay, who's the girl that is always at the gym, is never wearing jewelry, like she's super, super simple? Because in my mind, that's the girl that I'm going to push towards the engravable line, right? So ask your hostess, are there working women? Are these mostly, I've asked my hostess before, are these mostly like working women or are they stay-at-home moms? Like, which one is it? Because I'm going to kind of tailor what I am going to style on people based on kind of who's coming. And I mean, that's easy to do while the hostess is preparing the food in the kitchen and you're setting up, hopefully in the kitchen or nearby. You're saying, okay, so tell me who's coming. You know, she'll be like, oh, somebody canceled. I had 4 people canceled. They're like, girl, that's a big deal. That happens all the time. Don't worry about that. But tell me who is coming. So that type of thing. Do you want to send a quick text message to them real quick and tell them I'm here, the wine's chilling or something like that? The next thing you want to do is you want to put jewelry on your hostess. This is another thing I will tell you that I forget all the time because I get really busy and people start showing up sometimes as I'm setting up. And so I will tell, Kate just jumped off the call, but she was one of my hostesses. And I will tell you that 9 times out of 10, whatever I put on my hostess to wear, I will sell that piece because she's walking around, she's talking to all of her friends. I put the Riyadh on my hostess almost all the time because again, and I show her how it works, how it can be worn 3 different ways. And somebody will walk in, compliment her top, and she'll say, oh my gosh, this is Stella & Dot. It can be worn 3 different ways. You should check it out. Change her necklace a couple of times throughout the show. Throw on a crossbody bag across her as she's walking around the room and tell her as you're setting up, again, you're asking her who's coming, say, hey, just so you know, you're going to be my model for the night. Because P.S., in the back of your mind, any phenomenal hostess is also a potential stylist. So in the back of your mind, you want her to be having fun because it easily leads into a sponsoring conversation with her once her trunk show's over. So if you can get her loving the pieces and putting them on and styling her friends, then it becomes a conversation like, girl, you were awesome tonight. Here's your choice. I can keep selling to your friends, which I am totally fine with, or you can become the stylist and sell with me to your friends. It's totally up to you. Either way, they're probably going to keep buying Stella & Dot. So I'm good with it, whatever you want to do. So keep that in the back of your mind. So get jewelry on your hostess. Number 5, tape. And this is something that Erin and I talked about. And Erin, I want you to unmute yourself and tell me if you thought this was helpful or not. But tape wish lists to your lookbook. What'd you think, Erin?
I will do it at every show from now on.
I love it.
Yeah, I got all their information. And even like when putting orders in on my phone, it was so much faster just to have all their information. Like I could keep talking to them about what they liked that night while I was putting in their information. Like I wasn't just, can I get your name and address? Like it also gave me time to talk to them more than just get their information.
I love it.
And it gave their anniversary date too, which I liked. And it gave me their husband's information.
So you used the Valentine's one?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So let me show you while I'm talking to you. I'm going to share my screen with y'all real quick and show you what we're talking about. I'm actually going to go to mine and Erin's Facebook messages because this is the easiest place for me to dig up whatever I sent her. Don't read my secret Facebook messages. Just kidding. They're not secret. But so what we're talking about is these are my lookbooks right now. And I have this fun, this is actually Scotch tape, but it's just a fun print. I bought it at, I think, Office Depot. And like the old manila tape that now they make in fun colors, but you could buy washi tape or something. And I put the $. Redemption tag on here. But what I would do is do the same concept, but attach this wish list. And let me show you what it looks like. I sent Erin a couple of them. She ended up using the Valentine's one, which I love because exactly what she said. You get everybody's information. So it's like it prints a couple of them on a sheet, right? 2 of them on a sheet, I think. And so again, I would prep this ahead of time. Just have this on all of your lookbooks. And what this does is, the girl that comes to your trunk show and she likes everything, but she's like, oh, I gotta wait for a payday. I'm not gonna shop right now. I'll go shop at home later online. And you never hear from her because you don't get her information because she didn't shop with you. So you have nothing other than getting her information from the hostess. So this is a wish list. It's actually from Valentine's Day, but what it does is I would put this on every single lookbook, right? So I would tape it. And as people walk in the door, I would have a Sharpie marker and I would be like, hey, Sarah, I'm Callie Smith. I'm the stylist tonight. Write her name on the top of her wish list. Give her this lookbook. This is going to be your lookbook tonight. There's a wish list on the front. Guess what? Everybody that turns in a wish list to me tonight is going to be entered to win a free pair of the Nancy studs, which are on sale right now, or they were on sale for $12.50. So do a fun little giveaway if you want to encourage them to fill out that wish list, because I will guarantee you everybody wants something for free. And so it might cost you, $10 or $12 at your trunk show. And but again, I have mystery hostesses shows set up all the time that I typically have a half off item or I have some hostess credit lying around that I can place that order with. But this is, while you're looking at, this is a wish list, and I will post this to our team page, or Erin, you totally can too. But this is the wish list. So it's 2 per page. You cut it in half, and it's Valentine's Day, but I actually don't think that really matters. I mean, I don't think anybody will even care. They write their name, and that's what I'm saying. When you give it to them, like, oh, I'm Sarah Frederick. Okay. Hey, Sarah Frederick. Let me write your name at the top. Give it to her. Sarah, fill out your wish list. Turn it in to me for a chance to win something. They're going to fill out their birthday, their anniversary, their phone number, their email, and all the things they love. And then look, down here, it's going to tell you, give my list to my husband, my friend, my boyfriend. And then it asks for their email and their phone number. Erin, did girls actually fill this out? I don't know if Erin can.
Okay, sorry, I got it. Yeah, and every single person gave me one except for one.
Okay, so every person gave her one except for one, which I love. Okay, are y'all still seeing my screen?
Yes.
You still see my screen?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, stop share. All right. So I will post that image if that helps, but PDF for you guys to print. But if you're having a hard time with people, because Erin and I chatted, and she's like, listen, my trunk shows are just like, bombing. I just feel like people aren't ordering. I can't get people to touch the jewelry. I don't know what's going on. And so we just kind of chatted, and I said, what about trying to get people more engaged in what is happening? And so did you have a better response, Erin?
Yeah, I did. And the hostess herself, it was just the whole show completely. The whole feel was different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that. But I think it's something that's so little. Like, this did not take a whole lot of time for her to, literally, I think we talked about it like 10 o'clock that morning, and you had the show that night. And so she was able to do it like really quick. And it was just a small itty bitty change, like a little bitty tweak, that gets people excited and involved. So here's the deal, that now that girl that did not shop with you at your trunk show, you have her information. Guess what? You have her anniversary date. Guess what? You have her husband's phone number. You guys, that is huge. Like, that's like gold right there. And then start yourself a filing system, however you want to do that. And I actually learned this tip from another associate director, and she shared it the other night at Allie's house. We went to a leadership thing, and I was like, this is genius. So I love that. Okay. Number 6, that was number 5. Take your wish list. Number 6, I know this is so scary for some of you. You've got to do a group hello. And it doesn't mean that you have to call the whole troops to order and everyone needs to sit down and do a presentation. In fact, I tell my hostesses, I don't do any sort of presentation. Like, this is not a Tupperware party. I don't hold up every piece of jewelry. That's not what this is about. But what I do want to do is I want to gather everybody together. First of all, I want to remind them, hey, turn that wish list into me, because I'm going to draw for a free pair of earrings. And in fact, you could even draw during your group hello if you wanted to. Everybody pass in your wish list. I'm going to do the group. I'm going to, 5 minutes to turn in your wish list or something. That'd be a great time to collect them all so people don't sneak out the door with them. And you could have the hostess draw right then. But I always go over a couple of things in my group hello. I go over our delight guarantee, which is the free returns, free exchanges. And so I go over that. I go over our shipping, how quickly they're going to get it. And that is a really easy segue into a sponsoring conversation, because I always just say, yes, all of this stuff is mine. This is my personal wardrobe. It's a super awesome perk of being a stylist with Stella and Dot. So if you're loving everything tonight, you need to come talk to me about that. But you can't take home what you see tonight. So I just kind of like throw in those little bitty sponsoring seeds kind of here and there. I sprinkle them throughout my group hello. And I say, you're not going to get it tonight, but it's going to come to you in 3 to 4 business days. It's super quick. If you need it faster than that, let me know. We have other options as well. So I talk about that. I typically say how I know the hostess and thank her, and just tell them that one of the perks of being a hostess is that they get to shop for free and half off. So, thanks for helping your friend shop free and half off. And if you love everything, you should maybe think about doing the same thing too, and hosting with me. So I say that. And then I start styling people. And this is kind of up to you. I typically choose 3 things to style. I normally tell the person ahead of time that I'm going to use them to style them. If my hostess has a super cute like black top on, I'm going to use her for everything. But I might pull a couple of people, the girl that loves everything, and be like, hey, you can style. In a few minutes, I'm going to gather everyone together. Will you let me use you for a second? So I might do that. But I'm going to style a versatile piece. Pick your favorite versatile piece, doesn't matter, but one piece that does multiple things, either the Sutton or the Freya or the new one that's coming out, whatever your favorite versatile piece is. I always do, in the summertime, I do the scarf and the different ways to wear the scarf. And if you haven't seen that video, I have it somewhere that I could post to our team page, so jot that down if you need me to remind you of that. But don't share my video. You learn how to do it and you show them, because my video is bad news bears. But I will show you guys how I tie it as a like a halter top, and then you can tie it as not a caftan, but I don't know, shawl type, not a shawl, but anyways, okay, you can see the video. So I'll probably do a scarf. I might do, and I'll finish the look of the scarf with maybe some fun statement earrings or a crossbody bag. And I'll do the versatile piece, and then I will do something layered with my engravable, and probably the getaway is probably what I will do this summer. However, another leader on our team talks about how she styles people until she can tell that the group of women are bored watching people get styled. She's like, I will sit there and style for 10 or 15 minutes. Like if they're still engaged and they're like, oh my gosh, I love it. That was so cute. Let me see that. She's like, I'll pick up another piece off the table and I'll be like, okay, this is also, be careful of your words to say. Don't say that everything's your favorite, because eventually people are going to be like, really? Everything's your favorite? So by far pick your favorite, and then just say, this is also another great look, or this is another great look. I typically take 3 pieces and style them, but you can style as much as you want. And Lindsay Haygood, the associate director that shared her tip about styling, she has incredible really, really high trunk show averages. And she says that she just stands around the table and styles people until she can kind of tell that like groups start having conversations and they're not listening to her anymore. And she's like, okay, you guys, like the jewelry is yours to play with. Please pick it up. A messy tray is a happy tray. So please pick it up, try it on. I want you to try everything on. And I'll be over here at checkout when you're ready, to get going. So that's what you need to do in your group hello. If you're scared of doing a group hello and you don't want to do one big group hello, I love to do a big group hello because it prevents me from having to repeat myself 95 times. There are stylists that like to do small little group hellos, like there's a group over here talking. But I don't know, I feel like then it's like all eyes on me and it's a smaller group and they can't like get out of the conversation if they don't want to be in that conversation. I would rather just tell the hostess, and I tell my hostess while I'm setting up at her, when I'm asking her who's coming, I'm like, hey, by the way, I'm going to gather everyone together for just like 2 or 3 minutes and tell them like how to order and how quickly you're going to get your stuff. So when I give you that signal at the show, are you going to be okay, like getting everyone's attention? She's typically like, oh yeah, I want people to know. So I'll kind of eye my hostess and be like, hey, you think we'll have some more people show up? Are we good now? Because if we're good, I'll go ahead and, start. And that kind of like gives them permission to start looking at the jewelry, or permission to start to know that it's time to order. And I like to, otherwise they're standing around like, how do I order? And I kind of feel like I would rather take control of the trunk show rather than it like take its own personality on. So I like to kind of be in control of that. So that's why I do a group hello. And in a small trunk show, then it does more, it's way more conversational. But in a large trunk show, and then I will do like gather everyone together. So group hello. I don't always go into the story of Stella and Dot, but let me tell you something. I always say this, whatever your goal is that month. So say this month your goal is going to be sponsoring. Then you need to tailor your group hello to sponsoring. You know what you need to do? You need to tell your story about why you became a Stella and Dot stylist. This is how I know the host. So let me tell you a little bit about, how I jumped into this crazy thing when I never thought that I would. And I've told my story several times. And not only does it give me good practice telling my story, but people find it so interesting to understand why you're doing what you're doing. So if your focus is sponsoring, I encourage you to really practice telling your story and tell it to people. Tell them your why. Tell them why you wanted to do this and what it's been able to, what freedom it's given you. But if you really want to boost your sales this month, so say, sales is what you're going for, you want to hit stellar or something, then you need to do more styling in your group hello because you want to sell more jewelry. If you want to book more trunk shows, then in your group hello, you need to sprinkle some seeds about the benefits of hosting a trunk show. So that's another thing. Whatever you want to accomplish in your business this month, you need to talk about it in your group hello. So make that the focus of your group hello. As you're driving to your trunk show tonight, okay, what kind of girls am I seeing? Do I really want to book another trunk show with this group of girls? If so, then you need to talk about the hostess opportunity. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 7 is to get the jewelry on people. And a lot of times people still think that they're shopping like at Nordstrom's or Macy's and they can't reach on the table and pick something up. But if I see someone like looking at something and picking something up, I'm like, oh my gosh, here, let me put that on you real quick. And they're like, oh really? Is that okay? Yes, put that on. And then I will take her and I'll turn her and I'll find the hostess. I'll be like, hey, Kristen, look, how cute is she in this necklace? Do you think this is something she'd wear? And she'd be like, oh yeah. I put the Mondrain earring jackets on a customer at every single trunk show. Nobody understands how they work. Nobody understands what they look like on a person. So I put them on and then I literally you guys, check out the earrings. How cute are they? $39 and you're going to get 6 different looks. Go walk over there and show them. These girls are like, oh, okay. And I do that for the first couple people. And then all of a sudden when I call their name, they're like, oh, she's going to put something on me again. But you'll be amazed at once people, especially the essential fringe necklace. So many people are like, I would never wear that. And they put that on and they're like, okay, I could probably wear that. Because all of a sudden, their face lights up and their shirt looks super cute and it's not heavy. And so put things on people, get it on them. That's number 7. Number 8. I always pull my trunk show exclusives off of the trays and I put them wherever I'm checking out. So I have a separate tray, either a tray for trunk show exclusives, or I might bring a little dish or something from my kitchen if I don't have an extra tray. Or I might just lay it on the table next to me and be like, these, because they normally all, if you'll notice, most of our trunk show exclusives kind of make a little look, they all kind of go together. So it's a cute little vignette sitting at checkout chat. So say I'm sitting here at my table and they're doing checkout. I'm like, oh my goodness, you have $50, your order is $50. That's awesome. You're going to get $25 in dot dollars, but your order also qualifies you for these items specifically at 50% off. And I say they change every single month. Some months customers love them, some months not so much. So take a look. Would you want to add? Do you have any teacher gifts coming up? Do you have any birthdays in the summer? You have a wedding that you're going to. Any of these would be super great gifts, but also something fun to spoil yourself with. You want to take a look at any of them? And then I just let them look for a few seconds. So I put those at checkout chat with me, wherever I am doing checkout. If it's at the kitchen table, if it's, by the bar, by the front door, wherever I told people in my group hello that I'm going to be checking out, I have the trunk show exclusives there with me. That also helps speed up the trunk show. Like sometimes they get to trunk show exclusives, like, oh, let me go look. Well, it's way over there on that table over there. And they have to walk all the way through the crowd, so if you have it all right there, it's easy for them to look at. Number 9, and this is big. This is a big deal, and it's kind of not so much practical at the trunk show, but you need to make sure, and I texted Jenny the other day, I don't know if I texted you, Erin, make sure that you need to have Dottie updated before you leave for your trunk show. Because if you've ever gotten to your trunk show and you go to place an order and it's like updating files, and it spins for like 30 minutes and you're going, I hate my life. This is annoying. Technology is fabulous until it's not, and then it's really annoying. So what I actually do, like when this new summer collection anytime we have new product, for some reason my app does not update very well. So I actually delete it off my iPad, go back and reinstall it again. Just so I have a fresh new, like all my inventory is new, the product alert list has been updated, all of that. So I will do that probably an hour or so before I leave for my trunk show, but you could do it that morning or that afternoon. But update Dottie and always take paper order forms. I think I was talking to Julia today, and we were talking about what do you do at a trunk show where there's going to be 20, 30 people there and they don't want to wait in line to check out. Well, first of all, the wish list is going to be amazing. So that would be awesome. And what all you could do is have them flip over their wish list and put their mailing address and their credit card, because then they already have their wish list there. Or always take paper order forms. And you'll find out that the more seasoned stylists kind of know this at the end of, like, don't even get me started at the end of November. November is a crazy month, and like the whole system shuts down in November. So I always do paper order forms at the end of a month when people are going for big goals, because sometimes the app doesn't sync very. You have to remember that Dottie is an app and it's not our actual website. And so those two things have to talk to each other. And sometimes when there's high traffic, they don't talk very well. And so if it's a random, Tuesday or Thursday night and I'm doing a trunk show, I do everything on Dottie. But come close to the end of the month, if there's been some site issues lately, I will place all the orders on my website, or I will take paper orders and just do it at home. So keep that in mind, but always just stick them in your go-to bag, whatever it is that you take with you. I have the rolling jewelry case, so I have order forms stuck in there. So keep order forms with you. And then my number 10 tip, and I know this is going to sound kind of like cliche and ridiculous, but I just think it's so important that you have fun at your trunk shows. I think so many times we get in our own head because you girls are ambitious, you are excited, you are, ready to meet all your big goals, and you go in and you have all these expectations and you don't want to make mistakes and you don't want to do it wrong. And I was telling Julia today, like, there's no mistake that we can't fix. We can fix order mistakes. We can fix, when you forget to place an order or something, but whatever vibe or feeling you put out there to that trunk show is going to be how they perceive you and how, the trunk show goes and how much fun your hostess has. And I will tell you, people are going to shop with you because they like you. Of course, they like the stuff, but they really are going to find a connection with you. And so if you go there and you're all timid and you're quiet and you don't know what to do and you're unsure of things versus like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here. Tell me how you know the hostess. Okay, what do you do on a daily basis? All right, I bet you were going to find something that you love tonight. And that you kind of bring that energy to the trunk show. It's going to make a huge difference. So I know it sounds so silly to remind yourself of this, but have fun. We get to go play with jewelry and drink wine and hang out in somebody else's home, not put our kids to bed. We're winning already, So remember that. Okay, so those are my top 10 tips. I hope you found something you like. Questions? No questions. Anyone? I nailed it. Just kidding. Okay, so no questions. I don't want to cut anybody off if you have any questions. All right, this is what I want you to do. Oh, gosh.
Kelly.
Oh, yes, thank you.
can I just ask you to remember to post? See, I didn't write it down because I was taking notes. Two things. The hostess packet thing, that was what you did. You just posted recently, right?
Yeah, I think it was like a month ago, maybe.
Yeah, but you just did it again recently and linked to it. I think you reposted it. And then there was something else you asked to make a note of, and I forgot because I was
Look at the wish list.
To post the wish list, and there was one other thing. Let me just
video.
The video for the scarves, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Well, there was somebody else posted one or something on. I think you can find them, but
No, I'll do it. Okay, it's fine. It's just not a good video, but I will do it. Okay, for you because I love you. But you're gonna learn it, and then you're gonna do your own. Don't go share my video all over the World Wide Web. All right?
I won't.
Okay.
Hey, maybe we'll make it a team challenge to see how many shares and likes we'll get. We'll make it like.
Let's not do that. Then I'll fire you. If I had that, if I could, I would do that, but I can't even do that. So.
Just kidding.
Okay, yeah, I will post those two things. I need to write those down because I will forget. All right, any other questions? I already forgot. What were they? The wish list and the video, the scarf video. I also have a getaway bag video too, but you could make your own. It was actually got a lot of comments on I actually sold when I posted it on my own Facebook page. I sold probably 4 or 5 getaways. Just from it was like ridiculous. But like I piled all of our stuff. It was during the summer. I piled all of our summer stuff in the getaway bag. I don't know if any of you guys are friends with me on Facebook.
I totally remember that. And it was from that video that I love Stella and Dot, but it was that video that I was like, oh, I love Stella and Dot. But I still didn't buy it from you. But I love
the stuff. And now you're on my team.
It got me into
okay, exactly.
Do you know if they're going to take the black one, or are they going to get the black one back in stock again?
They will. I'm sure it's on the.
My friend ordered it tonight.
Oh, she did? Oh, fantastic. Okay. And I'll tell you, I traveled, me and the 2 boys, all the way to the UK on long-haul flights with that bag, and it was amazing. And it doesn't have one mark on it, and God knows how that's the case, because it's been kicked about. It had like 5 changes of clothes in it, food, iPads, you name it. That bag is amazing.
I do love that bag, but I just feel like you have to share it with people why you love it. And it was just this silly little video, and I put like a soccer ball and 3 beach towels and sunscreen and all kinds of stuff, and I just kept pulling. It was like Mary Poppins. I kept pulling stuff out of the bag. It was just a fun video. I'll post it on our team page, but you're gonna have to make your own. But it's cool. Anyways, so here's my challenge to you. I want you to review your notes, and then on our, I'm going to post after this a little image about, the top 10, and I will put on there, and then comment and tell us, everybody, what your top takeaway was. And I'm trying to think what the incentive is going to be. What do you guys like? Something like product credit, or do you guys like non-product credit, like fun other items?
Product credit.
Everybody likes product credit. Okay, so it's gonna be product credit. So I don't know what it's gonna be. Maybe an actual item. Did you guys order today from the new line?
I wanted to ask you what you got.
Everything.
Did you? I love it.
Yeah, but you probably could. I can't yet. I need to sell more stuff first.
I did. I'd been saving some product credit, so I had a lot of product credit, so I got it all. I even got both engravables.
Kelly, quick question. When is the meetup, the booking blitz? Is it next week or this week?
Next week. Next Tuesday, I think. Monday or Tuesday? Monday. Next Monday, Kristen says.
What's that, 6th or 7th or something?
Aaron, what did you get?
I'm going to do it tonight. I was looking at it, but I haven't decided. I don't really understand how it works, to be honest.
How what works?
Because you get credit, right?
Okay, are you talking about your Style Fix?
I don't know. I just don't understand it. Okay. I thought, am I just buying it 50% off, or don't you get a credit?
Do you have product credit? You probably do, because you're still start. Then you can use that product credit. If you have product credit in your account, you can do product credit. So all the new stylists should have product credit. Well, Julia obviously does because she just signed up. But Kristen and Erin, you should have product credit. Kim, when you don't have product credit, this is how you get. So this is actually what they released today is part of the fall line. Like it's a huge fall line, right? So what they started doing, I don't know, a couple of years ago is they do like a preview, like a pre-release, and they release a vignette of looks, 7 or 8.
They did that for the summer, didn't they? They did that for the summer collection. Yeah.
Yeah, but they started this like a year and a half ago. They used to not do it at all, but they started this where they always release like a little collection, mini collection, a month before the full collection comes out. So all of these pieces that you see today, we're actually going to be able to shop with our Style Fix coupon that we earn in July. So you can shop all of these pieces again in July. This is just the opportunity to shop a couple of them early, and they release a couple of them early to kind of build anticipation, kind of sets the tone for the coming fall collection. So this is not a separate collection, if that makes sense. This is part of the fall collection. They just release it early, which is why you can't, like a stylist like Kim, if she doesn't have any product credit because she's not in her Jumpstart anymore, then if you haven't done a mystery hostess or you haven't hosted your own trunk show, you probably don't have any product credit. You can choose to pay out of pocket, which I would rather have product credit. So anytime I know a collection's coming, I might do host my own trunk show or do a mystery hostess or something. And that way I have some product credit kind of stored up or sponsor. And then when your new stylist, hits their goals, then you're given more product credit too. So
this is not the pay 100 get 5. This is not that.
No.
Okay.
That comes at the full collection in July. This is just whatever product credit you have in your account. So if you're a stellar seller, you get $100 in product credit every month that you're a stellar seller, which is $5,000.
Stellar seller is what, 5,000?
Mm-hmm, 5,000. So every month you get $100 product credit. So if you save that up, all those types of things, it sits in your account. So I really did have quite a bit. I mean, I still paid out of pocket a little bit, but I had some saved up. I just can't wait, and I just get it all. And if I don't like it, I sell it at my sample sale.
Can I ask you quickly about sample sales? I know this is a little bit off topic.
Sure.
Sticker, my kids have been stickering me today. For sample sales, how much do you sell your samples at? Or is it all personal choice?
I sell all my samples at 50% off. I add sales tax on the full price of the item because that's what I pay. I pay sales tax on the full price of the item. So I take the full price of the item, do 8.25, whatever your tax rate is where you are, and then I add that to the 50% off price. And then I charge them shipping if they ship it. But most of the people that shop my sale are local, and they come pick up at my front door. I don't deliver anything. They either come pick it up at my front door or I ship it to them, one or the other.
When we're done as well, can I ask you about that thing we were chatting about today with that?
Sure.
Thanks.
And sometimes Sarah will sell like the sale items online. If they're on sale online, she'll sell them for cheaper than 50% off. But I'm just trying to make back what I invested in it so that I can use that money to buy the new line. So I typically don't discount it more than 50% off. And if it doesn't sell, then I keep it for the next sample sale, and eventually it'll sell. Makes sense?
Does anybody sell it for more than 50? For less than 50% off?
Yeah, Sarah does. Sometimes in her sample sales, there's pieces that are like a year or two old, and we don't even sell them anymore. She might sell it for 60% off. I don't think she ever does more than that.
Sorry, I meant less than 50% off, like 40% off or...
No, see, my sample sale I just really do as a service to my best shoppers, and I only open up my sample sale. I do a private event, and I only open it up to all my hostesses get to shop first, and then my top customers get to shop. So I don't just open it up to anybody.
Okay.
It's just a service to them. There's no delight guarantee. So I tell them that they cannot, because I'm the one that bought it, and it's typically out of, delight guarantee. So if it breaks, it tarnishes, it tears, then you're out. You got it for 50% off. That's the way it goes.
Okay.
And I say that in my sale, like I'm not doing any returns or exchanges. All sales are final. And I've never had a problem. People understand that. They get that. But like I have four getaway bags. 2 of them still have plastic on the strap. Because I know I'm probably going to sell them, but I wanted to color.
The blue one, like the one that sold out?
Yeah.
I want that one. Keep it for me, please.
I have it. That's one of the ones with the plastic still on it. So, yeah. And so, anyways, so I do my sample sale. I don't try to make money off of it. All I'm doing is just getting my investment back and turning around and reinvesting it again. So I'm not making a profit at all. So that's why.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Can't hear you, Erin.
I've got to jump off and go help with the kids.
No worries.
Okay.
We're about to get off
you.
here. Okay, y'all, look on the team page for the incentive. Okay. Any other questions?
That's it. Thank you,
All
Kelly.
right. Bye.
Bye.
Kim, are you staying on?
Do you want me to? Yeah, we can just